Hey Fat Friends! It's been a while since my last video, but I thought I would do a getting ready video for you with my favorite products. A lot of you ask like, what eyeliner do I like? What brow product do I like? So I'm just going to show you my top faves as of the moment. So we'll start with foundation. I'm still totally in love with these Vichy Lab Tint Ideal foundations. So this is their, it's called their Fond de Teint Lumiere. And it's their fluid, and then this is their cream. So I like to mix these. This is shade 25 and this is shade 15, so it's a bit lighter. This one is a bit darker, which I like using in the summer because it gives me a little bit of a fake tan glow, which I don't have because I'm usually quite translucent. So I usually just add one little half a pump and one little half a squeeze on my hand. Then I mix it up so you can see I don't use very much. The brush I like to use is Real Techniques. You can get this at Target in the States. It's called their Expert Face Brush. I love their brushes. I've been using their brushes for, oh gosh, probably 6 or 7 years since they first came out in the States. I live in Canada. They're really hard to find here, but I got them when I was down in Houston the first time. And then I went down to like Niagara for the day and they had them at Target. So I bought this Expert Face Brush, which is a newer release. So I just kind of buff that into my skin, making little circles, making sure I get all the creases. Okay. I love this foundation because it really does give a glow, which its advertising claims. So it is a really great product. I gave some away in November as a contest and I think the winner was really happy with it. I love these products. So next I use a contour. I'm currently using the Gosh palette. This one has highlight, blush, and contour. I kind of mix these two bottom contours together. Work it into my cheekbone. Like this. I'm not big into like heavy contouring. I think it's important to look natural. The brush I'm using, this is Little Cutie from Bobbi Brown. I think it's the perfect size for contouring because it's quite small. And it is dirty. Yes, I didn't clean my brushes before doing this tutorial. Next, I do highlighter, which may seem a little bit weird. Usually people do highlighter last, but I like to work it in first and then do my blush over so it looks a little more natural. The highlighter that I'm currently loving, which is so cheap and cheerful, is the Wet n Wild. This is their highlighting powder. And I just put it on top of my cheekbones. The same brush I used for contouring. Put a little in my brow bone. I run a little down my nose. So I find this one's really natural and it's so cheap. You can get Wet n Wild at like Walmart or something. Next, I like to put a little bit of bronzer on. I normally don't do this in the winter, but the summer, because I'm so pale, I like to add a little bit of color. This is from Vichy as well. This is their Tint Ideal. This is their bronze, which you can actually use just, you can actually just use as a blush. It has a really nice kind of peachy undertone, which I like. I run a little bit along my hairline. It's kind of warm up my face. And then next I use my blush, which is again one of my favorite products. It's almost done. I broke it the other day, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury blush, and it is the Swish and Pop blusher in First Love, which is a nice kind of brown shade. It's not too pink, which I think is nice for summer. So I kind of blend that in. I'll try to hold this up to the camera without it spilling. I broke it, I was so sad. So that's my favorite blush of the moment. So next I do my brows. Finding a brow product I know is a struggle. There's so many great products out there right now that's kind of like a brow revolution. First I like to brush my brows kind of into place. I just use the back of this Carol Baker Precision Brow Pencil, which is their spoolie. This product was actually really great. I blew through it though. That was the kind of the downside. It has a little clicky pencil, but it only lasted like, honestly, like 4 weeks. So I think it was a bit expensive for how long it lasted, but it was a great product. So the product that I like now, it's called the Brow Sculpting Pencil and Powder Duo from Quo. So as you can see, it has a pencil on one end and this little powder sponge at one end, so I'll demonstrate how to use it. But this is very similar to the Benefit brow product, you know, with like the kind of triangular pencil at the end. But it is like a third of the price of Benefit, and it comes with this bonus powder. So I just kind of pencil through my brows very lightly. This is usually the part of my makeup that I spend the most time on, because I feel like bad brows can really just ruin your day. Okay, so I'm doing this quick. I would probably normally take a little bit more time. But as you can see, it does such a great job of filling in the brows without it looking like really thick and fake. Okay, so there are my brows, which I think look quite nice. And then to add a little bit more definition, there's this little powder end. I honestly don't know how this works. Like if there's like powder in the end here and it kind of, I don't know, or if it comes through the powder brush end, I'm not sure. But I'll do a little comparison so you can see the impact. Powder, no powder. Subtle, but I think worth the extra effort. Okay, those are my brows. So normally I just go back in and kind of just recomb them into place. Ta-da! So next I usually use a shadow primer, especially in the summer, because I don't know, my lids are apparently greasy. My shadow shifts all over the place. So I'm just using an old Too Faced primer. I usually use a MAC paint pot in soft ochre, but this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. I've had this a really long time, well over a year. I think it's great. I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow. I don't know if I've mentioned to you before, but I'm quite allergic to eyeshadows. So the only colors that I'm able to wear at the moment are very neutral, kind of skin tone, no shimmer, no fun colors. So I found one color in MAC that works for me. It's called Orb. And then this one from Quo, which is Back to Basics Eyeshadow in Bone. And that's what I used right now. So I just kind of brush that all over my lids. Oh, and I'm using Real Techniques. I think all the brushes that I've used so far are Real Techniques, except this Bobbi Brown one. So this one is their domed shadow brush. Again, it's dirty, but I love this brush. I think it's fantastic. It's great for blending. It's great for just applying an overall sweep of color. Yeah, so that's my basic face. Now we're gonna get up real close and personal. I'm gonna do my liner. So I love the kind of marker style liner. The one that I love the most is from Holland. It's not easy to get. It's a HEMA brand. It's called Soft Eyeliner. I know if you live in London, England, there is a HEMA at, I think, London Bridge or Piccadilly Station. And these are about £4 in the UK, and these are €4 in Holland. So I can't wait to go back to Europe and stock up on these puppies. So here we go. This is the style that I like. Another great alternative is the Stila Stale Day Liquid eyeliner. It's a little bit pointier than this, which is nice if you are less, I think, confident. It's nice to have a pointier point, but that is, I think, $28 or something. So price is right with this guy if you can find it. It is hard to track down. I know Joe used to have these and MAC has these. So many brands have these right now, but I find a lot of them smudge or are impossible to take off, or they just don't go on nice and smooth. And this is so great. Comes off like a dream, goes on like a dream. Okay, we're getting very close and personal. Let's see how I do. This is like reverse. I'm looking into my camera. I'm not so confident this is gonna look amazing. You guys can see all my wrinkles. Whoa, this feels very weird to do, you guys. But basically, you just draw a line at the very base my eye like that. Actually, I think I've come up with a solution. I'm gonna do it in this mirror and hold it here, and you can see this side. Okay, so, and then I just kind of connect the dots. So I do a line like that. And then bring it down and in. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Like, it's so simple. It just needs a bit of practice. And I just kind of fill in the gaps. Like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, your eyes aren't identical anyway, so even if it is a little bit lopsided, you can go in and fix it. See, this one's a little bit longer than this one, but really, you can't really tell. So next I usually do my mascara. I like my TWEEZERMAN Eyelash Curler. This one is in rose gold. It's for round shape eyes. They also have one for almond eyes. So I love that about their products. They have so many cute colors. So TWEEZERMAN. But I think curling my lashes will be gross this close up, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, mascara. Oh, I love this mascara so much. So this is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was not convinced. I thought my eyes would be like a chunky, clumpy nightmare. But I was totally wrong. They proved me wrong. Look at this brush. I mean, I didn't have a lot of confidence when I saw this brush, but honestly, I think this mascara, it is expensive. I think it's like $28 or $30. Is worth it. I mean, look at that. Okay, so I like that mascara for my top. I also use a separate mascara for the bottom just because I don't like as thick of a look underneath. I think it just makes me look like I have bags under my eyes. So I like to use the Estée Lauder Sumptuous Knockout mascara currently under my eyes. So I like to highlight my lower lashes, but again, not like super defining them, just like a little touch of color. Like that. Okay. That is normally my go-to face. If I'm feeling tired or, yeah, I guess just basically if I'm feeling tired or I haven't had a lot of sleep, I'll put on a little bit of concealer. I don't normally need to with the foundation that I use, but the concealer that I use right now, which I love, is the Estee Lauder Estee Lauder Doublewear Waterproof All Day Extreme Wear Concealer. Not easy to say, but an amazing product. It's 5.5 fluid ounces, which is like that doesn't sound like very much. Honestly, I've had this tube, I don't even know, a year? Probably a year. And I would say I've used a third of it. It lasts forever. You don't need a lot at all. I think it is a wonderful product, absolutely worth the money. I'm not sure the price off the top of my head. I think it's 30 bucks. But again, I love anything that comes in like a sanitary tube. I hate anything that you gotta dig your dippy little dirty fingers into. So if I do want a little concealer, I honestly just pat a tiny bit under my eyes. Oh, there's my cat. Because I think as I age, I'm getting very crepey here, and you don't want to accent that. You don't want to be adding on layers and layers of cake to the outside corners of your eyes. And if you have dark corners out there, I think it's better to kind of work in your foundation. Layer up your foundation than trying to layer up concealer. So I usually just add a little touch here. Pat that in. So that's kind of my daily face with my fave current products. I do use a lot of Vichy. Their face products are really, really awesome. Really awesome. I love them. And I think they're reasonably priced for a foundation. I mean, these days it seems like every foundation is over $50, and I believe these are like mid-30s. So it's good. Yeah, and I love Real Technique brushes. I've loved them for years and years. They clean like a dream. They last amazingly well. So those are kind of my fave go-to products. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.